I love photo editing, but I don't always want to be stuck behind my desk editing my photos. Sometimes I want to be out on location editing in chill mode. Well, that's what I hoped was going to happen when Skylum announced Luminar on mobile devices. Now, I reviewed the iPad version of this about a year ago, and there was one key reason why it wasn't right for my workflow at that time, and probably the same reason for you as well. It didn't support RAW editing.
That's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad.
Well, since that initial release, we are now able to edit RAW photos in Luminar Mobile. And there have been a lot of additional improvements in version 2.3, which is out today as well. So let's explore those and answer the question, can we finally leave desktop editing behind? All right, let's get into it. In front of me here, I've got a JPEG file because I just want to underline the issues that we run into using JPEGs. So extremely high contrast. You can see that we've basically got no information in the shadow here. So if I lift the exposure up, you can see that we can start to recover information in those shadows. However, it looks hideous with all of these JPEG artifacts, color bandings, all the sort of things that you don't want in a file. But let's suppose we've gone a bit crazy and we were happy with what we'd done in the shadows. You can see that we're just not able to recover the highlights either. There's no information in the color. You can see that we've got really strong banding going on here, and that is the issue with JPEGs. I have another version of that same photo, and this time it's RAW, and let's look at what the difference is. Straight away you can see that we have access to develop RAW, and now if I start boosting the exposure up, you can see that we're bringing back information in the shadows whilst slightly retaining the highlights, but look at the difference. Now if I bring down the highlight slider and the white slider, by finessing these sliders, we can get the best of both worlds. And if I zoom in, you can see we've still got information in the highlights and the shadows without any of those artifacts. And if you remember on the sand down here, we had some pretty hideous banding going on. This time it's a beautiful file for us to work with. One of the most powerful tools inside Luminar is this Enhance AI tool. And you can see how we can just grab this slider, move it up, and it does such a great edit on our photo just with that one slider alone. But now, not only can we use Enhance AI, but we can also combo that with Develop RAW as well. So if I want to control the highlights out there, boost the shadows a little, even play with the contrast here, we really can get the best of both worlds by combining these two sliders. And if we want to see our before and after, all we do is just hold our finger on the iPad, release, and you can see just how quickly we were able to take this from the original to that edited version. And you can see because this is a RAW file, we're suffering none of those issues with artifacts that we do with JPEG. So this is awesome. If you want to reset any of the sliders that you've moved, all you need to do is just double tap that particular tool and that will reset. On the initial launch, it was a little bit of a frustration having all of the tools on the right hand side if you're a lefty. But Skylum have listened to the feedback, and now all you need to do is come into the settings section and you can actually switch the interface so that it's over on the other side. So if you're a lefty, you're good to go. All right, in this one, I want to show you the Skin AI tool. Now, this photo that I'm showing you here, this is potential divorce material. This is a photo of my wife that she did not want me featuring. However, it's a good example. So we're going to come in here so we can look at the skin. Now watch this with the Skin AI. If I grab this slider and just boost this up, straight away the skin has been retouched. If I toggle the before and after, hopefully you're able to see the difference between this original and when I release that cleanup before and after. But we also have the ability to toggle this switch, which is a blemish removal switch. So if we go for the before and after, you can see that this little area on my wife's nose is being retouched. But she's also got this spot here, and that is why she didn't want me showing this photo. But never mind, it's all for the good of the video.
You're in big trouble, mister.
Right, let's make our brush slightly larger, and I'm just going to paint over that area there. Let Luminar do its thing, and it's done a retouch. Let's do the same on that area there. And that's been retouched as well. And we can just go over that area if we didn't feel that the blemish removal tool did as good a job as we were hoping for. And if we're happy, we just click done, and that is going to take us back to our original. From there, we're able to just finesse the edit if we want, maybe add a bit of a vignette. And a nice thing to do with portraits is to add a nice color grade. That Athena one is a lovely warming color grade. So here's our original. And here's the version after a very quick retouch. A big difference in a short amount of time, and that's what we're after. Since my first review, Neo has also added body AI. So again, let's do a really quick edit on this. Use a bit of enhance AI. I'm finding the foreground a little distracting, so let's just use relight AI just to bring down that brightness in the near and reposition that down here. And perhaps we'll add a bit of vignetting for emphasis. And now let me show you body AI. It's pretty crude, to be honest. It's basically putting a grid over the photo and either shrinking down a waistline or expanding it. I am not going to get into the ethics of whether you should or should not be doing this, but if you need to do that, that option's there. And we also have the ability to control the abdomen as well. So if I press the power button of the body AI tool, that will turn that effect off. I'll press the power button again and that turns it back on. And you can see just how quickly these effects are applied. I showed you how we can add color grades with the different colored filters at the bottom here, but another option is just to jump into curves if you're familiar with how to use those, and you can actually come into individual channels and actually change the color based on those specific channels. So that's another really quick and easy way to actually color grade your photos. Here's our original and our quick edited version. I'm happy with that, so I'm just going to save that to my photos. Aside from these really nice functional improvements to the app, I think one of the best things that Skylum have decided to do is listen to their audience, and rather than just offer a subscription only model, they now offer a lifetime license option. So for the equivalent of 2 years, you can now pick up a lifetime license to Luminar Mobile, and for the first 5 days of the launch of this version 2.3, they're offering 20% off via the link in the description below. So if you think this looks like a good option for your editing, now would be a great time to check it out. All right, let's see what else is new. Here's a lovely new feature in this latest update designed to help speed up your workflow. What if you're looking at a photo and you're just not sure what you should be doing with it? Well, at the top here, we've got this icon that looks like a musical shuffle icon, and that is exactly what it is. It allows us to press shuffle and it's going to apply a random preset. And you can do that as many times as you want until you find the one that you like. So if you're stuck for ideas, you can just keep clicking on that button until you find a look that you like. And so if we want a nice vibrant image, we can look at our original and our after, and that's been given a nice bit of pop. We say we're happy with that and we'll save it. Luminar is famous for its sky replacement technology, so let's see how it performs in a mobile setting. So I'm just going to do a really quick edit to this photo, and that's pretty much what this software is all about, getting these results done really quickly. So nice and quickly we've transformed the photo from this to this, but I want to change the sky. So how do I do that? Well, we choose this icon over here, and that gives us access to new skies. We can either load our own skies from our library, and you can see that I've added a photo already that contains a sky, and it's obviously best if you load just a sky rather than a landscape with a sky. However, you are able to reposition the sky using this joystick. Alternatively, we have access to other skies that ship with Luminar Mobile, and we just need to select a sky that we like the look of. Ideally, what you want to be doing is matching the direction of the sun with the light that's appearing in the foreground. Perhaps we could go for this sunset here, and rather than the sun being this side, we want to flip it over to this side because we can see the shadows going down there. So let's just flip that sky, and then maybe we can shift it over a little further. This is certainly not perfect, and as you can see, it's pretty limited to what skies actually ship with the app. If you want to get hold of my complete sky collection, I've got a link to that in the description with an 80% discount code. So that's a great way to get you away from Luminar's default skies and start creating more individualized work. To finesse your sky further, we have access to other controls. So the next one along allows us to actually change the mask that Luminar Neo generates automatically. And all we do is work with these spin dials to work with the gaps around the objects that it's selecting. We can come in here and change the brightness if we want to make the sky lighter. We can change the temperature, and we can also defocus it if we feel like it's too sharp. I'm just going to add a bit of a vignette to this one. And then I think I'll add a color filter just to tie this in a little better. I'm going to go for Barcelona, which is a nice warming look. And if we want to go more intense with this particular color grade, we can crank it all the way up if we want. Far too extreme, but I'm just showing you that we have the ability to play with the amount of that color look that we're adding. If we're happy with what we've done, we just, again, click save, put it in our photos. Here's our original, and here's the result of a really quick mobile edit. Okay, let's just look at one more. I'm just going to grab the Enhance AI here, crank that all the way up. I'm not going to do too much to this. Make sure we have a nice bit of contrast in there. Could even push that a bit further. Let's see before and after. If we want to enhance the foliage further, we could come into the landscape section here, and we've got this slider which intensifies the greens. So I'll just do a bit of that just so you can see what it does. And we've also got access to the golden hour slider, which is a great one for landscapes as well. You can also use a bit of fog or dehaze if you take it the other way. A lot of options there, but what I'm going to do is just get rid of these guys from the top here because, you know, it's a little bit rude that they were stood up there while I was taking my photo. So all I need to do is select an appropriate size to erase them. I'll just grab my pencil, and as you can see, I can either work with the Apple Pencil or my finger, and you can see just how quickly it's able to remove these guys. I'm so impressed with the speed that this is able to do that. But as you can see, there's a little bit of an error that it's done there. It's replicated this bit of water up here. That's no good, but what we can do is just come and paint over it and let Luminar have another go. And while that's certainly not the greatest retouch you're ever going to see, the fact that we're able to do that on the fly while we're out and about, I think that's fantastic. Now this is a little distracting to my eye as well, so I'm just going to see whether it can get rid of that. It's done an okay job, but we can always go for a second attempt if there's an area we don't like. But the thing I'm most impressed with this particular tool is just how quickly it's able to make these changes for us. And once we're happy with our retouch by checking the original and where we got to, we just click done, save the photo and move on. Okay, let's do a real world test on speed on editing a photo. Let's go for this one and just see what we can do. Let's try the preset options just to give us a Kickstarter. I quite like that. That's warmed it up nicely. That's not bad, although I can't tell the difference. Oh yeah, that's definitely made a difference from the original. And that one's given us just a bit more pop. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just going to use the erase tool. Just press over that. That's going to get rid of that for me. And up here in the sky, we actually have the moon, but I don't really think that's adding anything to the photo. So I'm going to remove it. And I'll just click done. I may push the Enhance AI a little further. Maybe add just a bit more structure to add some detail to those clouds. I'm going to add a bit of a vignette just so that we can start to focus the viewer's attention more towards the center of the frame and that jetty there. And let's just have a play with the golden hour slider. That's starting to warm those clouds nicely. And just as a final step, I'm just going to have a quick play with the color filters and see if there's one that I like the look of. Wooden, that's giving it quite a nice sort of antique vibe, just a bit more chill look than what we had before. So here's our original, here's our after, and we can also combine that color grade with a bit of a grade using curves as well. Just if we wanted to reintroduce some of that blue into the shadows, maybe even into the midtones. All right, let's look at our original and where we got to, a really quick, nice moody edit that I'd be happy to share online. Okay, before we wrap things up, I thought I'd just show you quickly, we do have the ability to add all sorts of presets preloaded into Luminar here. All you need to do is just click on one, see if you like the look of it. If not, move on. And you don't even need to click on them because we've got this lovely preview thumbnail over here as well. Another really nice addition that I don't believe was there when this first launched. Let's suppose that you're playing with the structure and you're going overboard. You don't like what you've done there. Well, now we have the ability to come in and access undo, which will step us back one state in our editing, or alternatively, what we can do is go right back to the original by clicking that icon there. But I don't want to undo an edit, I want to create one. So just to show you how quick it is again, we can just click on a preset, it's that easy. But if we like the preset, but we don't want the intensity with which it was first applied, we have access to this dial, and that's going to bring down that intensity of that preset. If you work on an edit or manipulate a preset, what you can actually do is then save that as your own preset. So for example, if we like the look of this and we'd put on a color grade, so now we've gone from this to this and we like this as our preset, all we do is come to the preset section and we can actually save this as our own preset. So as you can see, we have our original and then we can just click that and that's our preset applied, which we love. Editing like this is super fast, super easy, and it's a lot of fun. Before you go rushing to take advantage of Skylum's promotional offer on Luminar Mobile, you need to know that there are some other differences between that and Luminar Neo. So if you're after localized masking, just remember that's not in the mobile version. Also, if you want to have access to layers, so potentially for doing compositing work, again, that's not going to be happening in the mobile version. Now, whether or not that's a problem for you, for me personally, it doesn't bother me. The whole benefit for me of having a high quality editing app on a mobile device is that I can be out on location, away from my desk, and get my edits turned around quickly. So not having to worry about masking effects into specific areas or adding layers to composite my work, that's actually a liberating thing for me, and I see it as much of a benefit as a detraction. But if you have to have masking in your photo editing app, then probably this isn't the right app for you. There's many things that I like and enjoy about Luminar Mobile, so I'll give you just a couple. The first thing is the unique interface. It's playful, it's whimsical, and I've found just using it tends to put me in a more creative state, much more so than using the more formal programs on my desktop. I've been really happily surprised by just how fast using Luminar Mobile is, in two ways. The first is the actual speed in which it can process the photos. It's outperformed in many cases the same photo edit on my iPad versus a test I did on my desktop. And this is a fast machine. So I don't know how the developers have done that, but it's really impressive. And secondly, because I'm not getting caught up in the weeds of editing with masks and layers and things like that, I'm free to just focus on the absolute fundamentals. So I'm able to get edits done in a fraction of the time on this compared to this. So does this mean that I can kiss goodbye to my desktop editing and become a free-range photographer? Well, not exactly. There's still many benefits to having a dedicated workstation, including having a full-size color-accurate monitor and a powerful computer that can run dedicated photo editing software that allows me to get lost in the weeds of an hour-long edit, because that's what I enjoy. However, the freedom that Luminar Mobile affords me by allowing me to edit my raw photos on location and do it quickly and get them shared online is an aspect of my workflow that I'll certainly be embracing moving forward. If you think that it's going to be a good fit for your workflow as well, I'd certainly recommend checking out their 5-day promotion. Check out the link in the description. There is 20% off a lifetime license, which you can now get for Luminar Mobile, previously subscription only. So this is a good thing. If you'd like to see me doing one of my more finessed edits in Luminar Neo, why don't you check out that video right there. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.